So they're keeping.
I also just noticed that my audio wasn't working, so there we go.
Another intro, go!
Ayo, we're redoing it. Hello, YouTube. We are officially live. It is 1:16 now. I was doing a little off-stream, like clip grabbing, getting some recordings done and stuff like that, and did just finish an operation here for Ember.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
We're losing people.
Mission complete without a single friendly fire incident.
I feel like I hear a voice in my head.
You should. Called your conscious.
Oh, I don't have one of those.
I know. It's slowly dying.
I will let that happen.
Liberty's enemies march ever closer.
Probably the smart thing to do.
Anyway, we are not doing that mission, because why? I just don't love that there's always a friggin' blitzer and eradicate on these. It just doesn't feel like the way.
A worthy
You gotta blitz
choice.
and you gotta eradicate.
Coordinates locked.
Eradicate also doesn't feel like eradicate. You know what I mean?
Engaging orbital thrusters.
Yes.
It feels like we're the ones being assaulted.
Yeah.
Oh.
Orbit synchronized.
Okay. I'm gonna be one hundo about this.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna pass from one portion of the map to the other portion of the map, and there's not a better way to do this, because we should go for this and then work our way back to the Striders, and then like see if there's a high spot or something here where we can just bang all of these out.
I'm good with what
This just seems like the only way to get this done. You know what I mean?
I'm just ready to drop.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You are not, in fact, ready to drop.
Yeah, yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, you think you are.
No,
But
no,
you're
no.
not.
I'm ready to drop. See?
You son of a
I'm dropping.
bitch! You are ready to drop. How dare you?
I'm ready to drop.
All right.
I'm ready to drop here, alright?
Are you okay?
Oh, I'm Italian. I want some
Wow.
pasta.
I feel like some real Italians are gonna be pretty upset with your poor version of Italian here.
I mean, I am Italian, so.
That don't mean nothing. This is the internet.
I mean, that is fair.
That don't mean shit. This is the internet. All right, I'm gonna drop with a weapon choice that's maybe like terrible, but hey, I don't want to do this, do I? This would be maybe a huge mistake, won't it? I'm just gonna do this. I'm gonna stick to the tenderizer. I'm gonna stick to the tendy.
Launch initiated.
I mean, you gotta tenderize that.
I mean, what? What was that last little part there?
I mean, whenever you're making steaks or any other sort of cut of meat.
Ah, yes, that makes so much more sense. We are going to get this mission done. Then I have a little bit of channel-related housekeeping to get done here in a little bit. We are going to drop a resupply here because this is distraction, and we should just have one just to have one.
But I need it.
Deploying SOS beacon.
What grenades do you use?
Right now I'm using effect.
Southwest, far. Tagging map.
You should consider the secret grenades. They're basically impacts.
I've thought about it.
Oh!
Calling down a sentry.
Where is that turret?
It's not a turret. It's a strider. Oh.
Oh, well, I took a pop gun.
I'm waiting for the smoke to clear, and then I'll kill it. If you can kill the stuff that's coming near us first.
Yep.
Did you just one-tap that motherfucker? Did you just one-tap that motherfucker?
Yes, I did. You
Well
act so
done, sir.
surprised- You act so surprised as if I don't do that to Striders on a regular basis.
I know, I just didn't know if you could even see it too.
I don't need to see it. It was standing still.
Oh, we got Packet Lost Pete joining up.
What's the packet lost Pete?
Requesting air support.
My own old rail with it. We do have a detector tower all the way over there.
Sending in an eagle.
Let me
Yes, there's two actually.
know.
Requesting. Spot out. Requesting air support.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver.
Reloading.
Oh my god, there's so many Hulks.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver.
Sending in an eagle.
Eagle 1, leaving combat zone to resupply.
I have no idea where that rocket manifested from, but it did not feel great. Alright. Time to get in here, get the samples. Jesus. Bro. We devastate, like, all encampments that we encounter, man. Pretty crazy.
Heavy, south, 50 meters.
Requesting orbital. Requesting sentry.
Orbital inbound.
Orbital inbound.
Alright, I see this first strider.
South, spot.
Have a taste of democracy.
They're engaging.
Gunships.
One down. I'm dead for no reason.
Calling in reinforcements. Requesting sentry.
Boarding to the front. Throwing grenade. Southeast.
Dropship. Spot, south, 300 meters. Calling in orbital strike.
Took off the cannon of one of them.
Spot, south, 300 meters.
Calling in reinforcements.
I'm going in deep, Chief. Got one more cannon down.
Objective located. Southeast. Dropships.
Spot, south,
You got a dropship behind you.
100 meters.
Please do something about it.
Working on him. God.
Ah!
Requesting orbital.
Moving up.
That's something.
Orbital
All right, they're all topless.
Clear the air.
Requesting orbital.
Yep. Still got them chin guns.
Yeah, that just means
Thanks, Strider.
that I stim. That just means that I hit the stim button right here 4 times and still died for no reason other than the game refuses to take input.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
First one's down.
God damn.
Democracy
I literally don't die there if the game just operates.
How would it do that?
Why are so many people experiencing these issues and they're still here?
Requesting air support.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Alright, I've got one more I can load.
Requesting air support.
What's the last one?
I just
Tagging
loaded
location.
this one.
South. Never mind.
Requesting advanced weaponry.
Got it.
Calling down a sentry. Dropship.
Marking location. Southeast. Reinforcing.
Sending in an eagle.
Requesting sentry.
That thing's
Orbital
easy.
inbound. Requesting orbital strike.
Dropship.
What do you mean I don't have one loaded? Why am I getting called on, dude? I'm so far away from either of these towers. Why am I getting called on? It's kind of crazy.
Reloading.
Requesting orbital.
Requesting air support.
Orbital inbound.
Not even near me, man.
Sending in an eagle.
Enemy tactical asset within range.
Sending in an eagle.
Mod outpost destroyed.
Eagle 1 withdrawing to rearm.
Automaton facility destroyed.
Okay, how much is left of this factory here?
I'm not near you at all.
You're not near the mega base?
No, I was getting rid of one of the towers. I'm P. Remember, I'm P2, not P3. Oh, are you talking about the base with me and? Yeah, no, this is
Dropping a
clear.
hit. South. 200 meters.
Got it.
Team reload required.
Heavy on my position. Objective located. Southwest. Requesting advanced weaponry.
All right.
Calling down supply.
Tagging map. South.
Yeah, that was an absolute shit show.
Thanks, ship.
South.
How about a nice
spotted us.
double-delivered king? Hawk, southwest.
Hell's on mark. Clear the area.
I don't know.
Yeah, didn't want to speak to me.
Enemy tactical asset within range.
There's a mortar down, so remember the play.
Alright, now let's take out these
Throwing
things.
grenade!
That I called him out, not bad.
New mag! Get some! Get some! Support weapon, north.
I'm reloading.
I see the other tank.
Calling in a hell bomb.
Where's it at? Oh, I see it.
I got it.
You got it for sure, or you need me to peek? Because I got a free shot. I'm gonna take it.
I was say that's pretty green. I got one.
Orbital inbound!
Clear the area.
Calling in reinforcements!
Bot asset destroyed.
I'm almost murdered there for basically no reason.
Requesting air
All
support.
right. That was a shit show, huh?
Yeah.
I'm right behind you.
What?
Tagging location. Southwest. Cancel that.
You want to go hit that or no?
We'll hit it after.
Well, hold on. Right here. This is a good spot. We can just.
Freedom requires firepower!
Where you put yours? Right there.
Yeah.
Requesting sentry.
Okay. So yeah, just absolutely fucking decimate that thing. No! What are you shooting at? Just keep shooting. Just keep shooting at that.
I know.
Reloading
I'm trying to get
No, you
your
can
name.
just kill the whole base.
How'd you like to taste of freedom? Now,
Dropship! Requesting orbital!
I've gotten all of the turrets off of it, I believe.
Dropship! Northeast.
tag empty.
Oh, there's a guy right there. Got it?
Marking location.
Yeah, I'm reloading them.
Southwest.
I need a team reload. Throwing supply.
Oh.
Calling in orbital strike!
Man, people be sleeping on mortars here.
Yeah.
Requesting air.
Unleashing democracy.
Mortars
Max
are
empty.
easily
Heavy.
the best
Southeast.
pick
50
going
meters.
into. Bots.
I'm pushing in.
Yeah.
Let's put this thing down.
Tactical asset nearby.
Rare sample acquired. New
Nope,
mag.
get a reload. No, no, no.
Package acquired.
Objective critical stratagem
Alright.
available.
Dropping package.
Easy hell bomb here.
Calling in a hell bomb.
What would be if it, you know, didn't bounce like a madman.
Package acquired.
Yeah, we're good.
Dropping package.
Support weapon.
Engaging terminal. Hell bomb armed. Clear the area.
There are two kinds of people. I assume you're going for the special spot, Rock? Yeah?
There's something here. Dropping package. Package
I'm
acquired.
gonna probably knock this out in a single shot.
Calling in an eagle.
Tagging map.
like
Southwest.
it.
100 meters.
Outpost destroyed.
Boom.
Calling down a sentry.
Anyone home? Oh, they're home. Oh, they're fucking home.
Democracy delivered.
I made an oopsie.
Drop ship.
Orbital inbound.
Call.
Deploying sentry.
Caleb! I made a big oopsie.
Calling down a support weapon.
You have accomplished liberties. Extracted your discretion.
This is an abusive relationship I didn't agree to.
120's going out. Back up.
Requesting orbital. Northwest. Sending in an eagle.
Here comes the cavalry. Eagle 1 leaving combat zone.
First one's down.
I nailed that one in the face. Alright.
Sending in an eagle. Calling down a support weapon. Fuck.
I
Southeast.
gotta reload.
Requesting orbital strike.
No, that's not fair. I fucking hit the thing.
Wow.
Bro, this is insane. I hit it.
Reinforcing.
Oh my god, somebody shoot this motherfucking thing.
I'd love to shoot somebody.
Requesting orbital.
And I get called on the entire other side of the map.
Oh!
Calling in reinforcements.
Have reinforcements.
No, get up, get up.
Request approved. Reinforcements on the way.
In a hell bomb. Pointing to the enemy.
I'm gonna fuck this guy up. Why is he looking at me? Fuck off, bro! Stop looking at me! Look at the other guy who is literally 2 feet away from you! Why are you even looking at me? Bro, what the fuck was that? The aggro in this game is just confusing as fuck sometimes.
Oh, I fully agree.
Dude, like, what the fuck? I had a real straightforward, real easy plan to finish that guy. But he just kept rotating at like Mach 12.
Yeah, Striders can turn very quickly. It's quite frustrating.
My problem wasn't that he could turn quickly, like it was that he was facing me for no reason. No, nothing in there. Is this one full? Yes, it is. Did you get the Hulk in that? Yeah, you did.
It was the first thing that I touched.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to eat a shot.
Ruining my friendly fire record.
You'll be alright.
Requesting air support.
Oh, come on.
Ending in an eagle. Orbital inbound.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
There we go. I'm being flanked for no reason by this Hulk, who shouldn't even be here.
Keep going.
Rare sample acquired.
Get your back.
Okay. Bro, that Strider was on some bullshit.
Dropping a pin.
Wait,
West,
why?
300 meters.
Why are they leaving?
Dropping a pin. West, 300 meters.
It's 15 minutes. I'm not leaving. There's shit to do. There's shit to do on the other side of the map. Like, am I wrong? Like, that's definitely stuff to do, right?
Proceed to extraction when ready.
Northwest, 300 meters.
Like, I'm not wrong, right?
No, I agree.
Enemy patrol. North. Rare sample acquired.
Requesting air support.
Out of ammo. Requesting orbital strike.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Requesting air support.
I just wanted to make sure those two Hulks died. Yeah, okay, yeah, there's fabricators and stuff over here and everything.
Sending in an eagle.
Sending in an eagle.
I don't know where this is going.
Cavalry.
Good job, Eagle One. Me tosses an orbital strafe or an eagle strafing run. It bounces like a motherfucker. Oh shit, Caleb, we're about to have a problem.
Held armed. Clear the area.
One down.
Requesting sentry.
Northwest.
Two down, I think. Hopefully. There we go.
Extraction is available.
West. Orbital inbound. Reinforcing.
Invisible mine.
Coming down right on top of your stuff.
Tagging map. North. 100 meters.
All right, Caleb. I think this is finishable from this position right here. So I'm gonna mortar up.
Requesting sentry.
And I'm gonna wait for you.
Requesting orbital. Requesting orbital strike. Heavy east, 50 meters. Requesting air support.
What are we
Wow. They walked.
East. Orbital inbound.
That'll do it though. Yeah, so that's exactly what I was thinking, is I can just reload here. Yeah, but we got enemies to our right.
Yep, you deal with them.
I need a team reload.
Need that reload or not?
No, I'm just trying to
Oh, I see.
back. Not certain
You may
where we're at.
proceed to extraction when ready.
Back right corner. Right
Orbital inbound. Taking
there, I
location.
think.
North.
You might have to move into that one.
On my way.
Gunship.
Yeah, give it a sec. I'm gonna kill this whole group. Woo! That calls for an HE right there. Uh oh.
Reloading.
Do you want to just start lobbing shells?
I just threw a
Throwing
120 out.
supply beacon.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear.
Requesting sentry.
You can call them out if they're behind us. I'll try to deal with them.
Alright.
Or the mortars will just absolutely devastate them.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
What? Really?
Extraction is available.
Ending in an eagle. Orbital inbound.
Orbital
Okay, where is this thing? Alright, I see it. I see it. It's right there. Oh god!
So glad I had one in this chamber. Our own mortar.
request approved.
Good
Reinforcements have been
lord.
launched.
Coming down right when you
Also,
start.
0 Helldiver control over my health
Point
hub
me to
because
the
the
enemy.
game does not believe in letting you
South.
control your own fate or destiny.
Calling in orbital
Did my shit come down here? Yes, it did. Alright, I fucking hit that, the thing like 3 times.
How is there a bot drop?
Requesting orbital.
Spot outpost just
Yeah, I hit that thing 3 times, and it kept getting, like,
Requesting air support.
tagged on something else.
Here comes the cavalry.
Calling down a sentry.
orbital barrage incoming. Stand
New
clear.
mag.
far.
Going down a sentry.
Orbital inbound.
There's ammo acquired. Get some! Get some!
Requesting orbital.
That's Strider.
Okay, that Strider should be dead. Why is it alive? Bruh.
Calling in
Yeah, it took way too much.
reinforcements.
Okay, you can one-shot these things by hitting them in the foot with a recoilless. And I hit that thing in the foot with a fucking ultimatum.
Recoilless only, baby.
Yeah, some bullshit like that, I guess.
Reload acquired. Throwing supply beacon.
This we can make
I'm
our
out.
way to evac.
Heavy, south, 50 meters.
Alright, did we get the other piece? This over
Dropping
here?
a pin. North. 200 meters.
Oh.
Now there's a factory fabricator
Top
right
fabricator.
Dropping
North.
a pin.
100 meters.
100 meters.
there. I don't know that we have to kill that one.
Extraction is available.
Say hello to democracy.
Friendships.
Bombs. Northwest. Throwing grenade.
How did I miss? How do we phase through that thing?
Bombs.
I'm getting the one that's marked.
Okay.
Freedom never sleeps.
Got it.
Alright, let's just get out of here.
Yep. Do you need the supply or not?
5 minutes left. We can't stay this low much longer, Helldiver.
Alright, let's go. Okay, can we implement a dive roll?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Like, there's just so much that this game, like, just kind of needs for Fifis. And just hasn't got.
It'll add eventually, hopefully.
I mean, I don't know. Eventually is a long time away.
Distraction.
We talking, like, year 5?
Hopefully not.
Calling in
Requesting
extraction.
orbital strike.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Orbital inbound.
I'm trying to help this guy out. Did he call it an eagle smoke? Orbital smoke. Oh, what a guy.
Sea smoke.
No, he's got orbital smoke.
Oh, he's got it. Wow. What a crazy play.
I've been saying this for a while, but I think smoke would be absolutely incredible if it had, like, for lore reasons, right? Super Earth, like, micro reflective material, and it's just fucking glitter. But what it would do
1 minute.
is it would, like, diffuse laser weapons fired into it.
Last reload.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so, like, you could get this really cool effect of, you know, when lasers strike it, they do this, like, little pop-off flash of color. And so, like, you could set up a wall of smoke, and then it would turn into this, like, milky white... Hold on, I'm gonna do something real quick.
Reloading.
Like, this milky white thing, just with all this little polka dot, different little sparks of color going in it. I think it would be really cool. What do you mean I missed? brother.
South. How about a nice cup of liberty?
Hunt faster, seeker drone.
Pelican 1 arriving at
Thank you.
coordinates.
I already got this. The other ones.
Pelican 1 landing sequence initiated. Watch where you're standing.
Fire in the hole!
The duality of man.
Hell out of here.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds. Budget depleted.
Going in orbit.
Come on, P3. It's time to go.
Get to the
Orbital
job.
inbound.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Woo. Woo.
You have maintained our way of life.
It's 2 a.m. and the other one isn't here yet. It's crazy. It's crazy. Nice. That mission felt hella longer than it was. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. It felt so long. Ugh. That will be unfortunately my life.
Well, I'm not surprised. It's 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Well,
Try
thanks.
to keep
Anyway.
somewhat of a normal sleep schedule.
Sleep schedule? Yeah, I don't know about those things, man.
I wish I didn't. I would, if I could pay, like have a surgery done to never have to sleep again. Do it.
I mean, maybe you could have a blood infusion from me.
Maybe, but I don't want to become, I don't know, short.
Hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What if we just trade? You can never sleep.
No,
Allied destroyer
And I'll finally
has
get some.
left squadron.
no, I'm good.
The existence of
rude.
high casualty missions implies the existence of low
Goodbye, Man of Valor.
and
Goodbye, Packet Lost Pete. Goodbye, Prophet of Peace.
Good night, my unfaithful little meow meow.
What the hell? What does that mean?
That is for you to unpack. Ciao.
I hate it. Thanks. Thanks, I hate it. Well, anyway, as I said, I do have a little bit of channel-related housekeeping to take care of after that. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do that real quick. I got a couple of people to shout out. I've got some more supporters recently. My sub count has been flying through the roof. My social media pages have really kind of picked up a lot of traction, thanks to all the people out there who I've said hey to and picked up on social media. And so I want to shout a couple of people out. I have OfferDash, who is picked up on, I want to say, Twitter, and it has a website, and it's www.offerdash.org, and he's doing quite a bit of stuff, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this over so we can see. Giveaways and such, ways to get in, get some giveaways done. So like if I were to click right here, it'll pull up. So there's a couple of giveaways here. You just have to do these basic completion things and it'll hook you up for those giveaways. There's a couple of other things that it seems like maybe the website is having a little issues. So if you don't know about that OfferDash, I did message you regarding it. But yeah, so that's the first one. Definitely check that out. The other is Mr. Mike here. TikTok handle Michael419931. He is doing a lot of like digital marketing sales things, parts of classes with that, into SWC and PTP marketing. SWC is sales with confidence, and yeah, definitely check them out if you have any interest in either one of those things. If you like giveaways, go check out OfferDash. If you want to learn a little bit about digital marketing and maybe some like drop ship packaging deals, take a look at Mr. Mike. He's got some classes for you. But yeah, cool shout outs from some new supporters. I appreciate their support. Thank you very much. And moving on, Gonna go back to trying to keep dropping on Chlorel or, well, Ember at this point,
The bridge is yours,
because
Helldiver.
there's really not a whole lot else to
Take
be
us
doing
to
right
the
now.
fight.
Trying to keep moving on that. Oh, that's interesting. What is causing that? Oh, the hidden objectives thing. That's cool. I've never seen that map.
But a single triumph
right
more,
there. I
and
like
the
that.
operation.
Coordinates locked.
All right. Well,
Hellpod
I
prime.
did try my best to get Dead Zone Rogue working
Engaging
here.
orbital
It
thrusters.
does look like that might be a non-starter, non-sequitur. I can't remember what the exact words are for that,
Orbit
but
synchronized.
we will probably have to move on from that. It is in early access, so connectivity, bugs, and things of that sort are expected to happen, and it's just not going to be on the docket until those things get fixed. I might not push the refund button just yet, because I have faith. I have faith in prophecy. I think they're going to pull it off. They just need a little bit more time. It is what it is. Optimization's hard, apparently. Who'd have guessed that figuring out how to make things work for every single different hardware setup and system is a tough thing to do? Definitely me. I would have
Mission
absolutely figured that 100%.
aborted.
But yeah,
Hellpods primed.
so we're just gonna keep dropping, keep waiting for more people to join, click farming, and talking to chat if anybody's out there and wants to do so. I'm thinking probably the best spot is right over here. I am noticing that Eagle is not doing the work I need from it. So I'm gonna go to Gatling here. I'm gonna pull to the end. I am gonna go ahead and add the... I'm actually not gonna run Mortar anymore, and that is entirely because, if I don't have that second mortar is really not that useful. That's kind of why I feel that it maybe needs some changes. It's really good where it's good, but as a single item, it's just not that great. And I'm not sure there's a good way to fix that. You know what I mean? It doesn't really seem like there's anything that's a rock solid answer for that situation, which is kind of unfortunate. I wish there was. And since that's the case, I'm probably going to end up changing up quite a bit of the loadout. I think I either want to give Spear here, or I want to give HMG here a good look. I think I'm gonna go with HMG. Seems like the play right now. And since I'm going HMG, I'm also gonna grab Supply Pack. And I just need an answer to some of those bigger enemies, and so I'm just gonna go with Orbital Precision Strike. It's a good all-around answer to just have when you need it. This does mean that I can swap here to something else. Something explosive, or, you know, something of that nature. I think I'm gonna go with crossbow here. Gonna keep the ultimatum running right now. Going to swap off this and pick up some gas here. Gas is actually pretty darn solid into this faction. Well, this sub-faction of this faction. Am I happy with this? I feel like I am. I'm just gonna do the strafing run. I'm gonna just let it be. Yeah. It's good enough.
Launch initiated.
actually think we can get Eagle 110s like operating at a high level in this game. I fucked up there. That's right, life goes on. Maybe I die, maybe I don't.
Humanity's children are in your hands. Do not let them fall.
Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Sending out an
Warning, you are leaving the mission area.
Woo!
Sending out an SOS.
Fuck it. I'm just gonna put that there and let it be.
Sending down support weapon.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at over here?
Sending down equipment package.
Delivering payload.
Woo! Kind of felt that coming.
Objective critical stratagem available. Orbital strike incoming.
Woo!
Objective critical stratagem no longer.
Gonna get that reload in real quick. Kind of need to. There we go.
Objective critical
I'm gonna get that
stratagem
gas out there because, like I said, it's pretty good here. Oh my god.
Allied destroyer joining
Not
squadron.
keep working that
Deploying
direction.
Allied destroyer joining. Objective critical stratagem available. Allied destroyer leaving squadron.
No, but not Meatball, man. What will I do without him?
Northeast, 100 meters.
Objective critical stratagem available. Orbital strike incoming. Allied destroyer joining squadron.
I don't know if I got him or not.
Helldiver to combat zone.
It doesn't sound like it.
Requesting air support.
Package acquired. Drop in package. Requesting tac pack. Package acquired. Drop in package.
Last reload.
Alright, we're gonna reload here. It seems like the area has gotten, you know, much safer as of just a moment ago.
Sending in an eagle.
Stratagem available.
No.
Package acquired. Drop in
Son of a bitch!
Requesting air support. Sample collected. Calling down objective equipment.
That's funny. I don't care. Yeah,
Allied
that's funny.
destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
package acquired.
Tagging map. Southeast. Close.
Drop in package. Package acquired.
Requesting orbital strike.
Inbound.
Affirmative.
Yeah, kick him. Do it, do it.
I got the terminal.
Reloading!
An anti-air emplacement. Don't mind if we do, friends.
Well, democracy. That missing. Heavy. Underneath. Engaging terminal. Reloading. I got the terminal.
How about a nice cup of liver?
Package acquired. Open test.
Dropping a pin. Northeast, 300 meters.
Democracy delivered.
All right.
I got the terminal. Reloading!
Mission progress log.
There we go.
Rare sample acquired. Sending in an eagle.
Coming in hot.
Got a sample. Requesting air support.
Delivering payload. Tagging location. Spot. Northwest. Cancel that.
Calling in orbital strike. Sending in an eagle.
Unleashing democracy.
Requesting orbital. Feels good. Backing map. Northeast. On my position.
Another one bites the dust. Objective located. North.
Last reload.
Woo!
Spot. Northwest, 100 meters.
I just get knocked over by that for no reason because ragdoll in this game is just broken.
Orbital inbound.
Out of ammo.
Okay, we are working through it.
Automaton outpost destroyed. Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Marking location. Found something! Requesting air support.
Thank you, buddy.
Marking location. Northwest.
Damn!
Throwing grenade!
Sending in an eagle. Objective located. Northwest. 200 meters.
Rare sample acquired. Mag's empty!
Orbital inbound.
Requesting air support.
Injury? What injury?
Woo!
Requesting air support.
This guy fucks.
Fly beacon.
Last reload!
Spot. West.
Ooh, my eye.
Requesting orbital.
Sending in an eagle!
Here comes the cavalry.
Objective nearby.
Calling in a hell bomb. Hell bomb armed. Clear the area.
Requesting air support!
Delivering payload.
Woo!
Found something!
Mission progress logged.
Rare sample acquired.
Sample collected.
Reloading!
Well, not much room for me to run. If I get missile here, I'm gonna fuck.
Package acquired.
Last reload.
Here! Last reload!
Thank you.
Request...
Tagging map. Northwest. Far.
Northwest.
Drop in package. Package acquired. Found something. Drop in package. Far.
Sending in an eagle. Supplies.
Calling in reinforcements! Sending in an eagle!
Coming in hot.
Supplies.
Join the fray!
You can have both.
Thank you.
Package acquired.
Ha! Fuck him up.
New mag. Requesting air support.
Orbital strike incoming.
Fire in the hole! Orbital inbound. Dropship. Throwing grenade.
Dropping package.
How about a nice cup of liberty?
Now run like a bitch.
Sub-objective near your location.
Package acquired. Dropping package.
Mag's empty.
Calling in a hell bomb.
Reinforcing. Requesting orbital.
All right.
Hell bomb armed. Clear the area. Package
Calling
acquired.
down a support weapon. Tagging location.
Liberty dispensed.
Got equipment. Support weapon.
Outpost clear.
Spot outpost. Dropping package.
When the Hulks push on you, but you stand your ground because you have a machine gun, and they don't. Oh, wow. Saved by the flagpole right there.
Fire in the hole.
Dropping package.
Spot asset destroyed.
Woo! That Seif is coming in clutch.
How about a nice last reload. Calling in orbital strike. Sending in an eagle.
Package acquired.
Dropping item.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Requesting air support.
Requesting orbital. Dropping package.
Da! Ah! Come on! Come on. Just call me in, bro.
Package acquired. Dropping package. Sorry. Reinforcing.
Request approved. Reinforcement.
He busy as fuck.
Democracy has landed.
Oh my god, that's dead. Just fall over.
Requesting orbital strike. Dropship.
Wait, what?
Requesting air.
Wait, how are you alive?
South, 100 meters.
How are you alive?
Found something.
Shoot him, S4!
Dropping package.
Pack inbound.
Package acquired.
Box, south. Never mind. Box, south. Marking location.
Heavy. West. Cancel that. 100 meters.
Dropping a pin. West, 200 meters. Sending in an eagle.
Dropping package. Tagging map. Southwest, 200 meters.
Bag's empty. Box, northwest. How about a nice cup of liver tea? Sending in an eagle. Calling in orbital strike. Requesting air support. Say hello to democracy. Requesting backpack.
Orbital inbound.
Bag's empty. Heavy. Southwest. Close. Sending in an eagle. I need supplies. Tagging location. Last reload. Requesting air support.
Eagle 1, leaving combat zone to resupply.
Last reload.
Wow. I'm just getting run over by bots right now.
Heavy, west, close.
There we go. Sorry for the long lull of silence, but gee whiz was that stressful for a hot minute. Okay. Oh my god, god, you're tanky, aren't you?
Making progress.
Dropping a pin. Southeast. 200 meters. Tagging map. Southeast. 200
Where's
meters.
my stuff at? I can hear it. It's beeping and booping.
Package acquired.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that.
Reloading.
Reload this one. Swap to this tac pack because I know it's got less. Take it. Take this one. We'll just leave that there. Life will go on.
Main objective
Tagging
nearby.
map. Southeast. 300 meters. Sending in an...
Attack underway.
Why is it patrols are always just like stacked on top of each other here?
Dropping package. Orbital inbound. Sending in an eagle.
Like, what is this? Why are there 4 patrols stacked on top of each other over here? How does that even begin to make spawn sense?
Got him.
Woo!
Reloading.
Just do this, it'll be alright. Oh, I should have grabbed that afterward. Dork! Doink! Oh, man.
Reinforcing.
Oh, okay, we're basically all like 50, isn't it? Whatever it says. It is what it is. I grab them anyway because I'm a lunatic. You know, I gotta have them. I gotta feel like I have them. Why is there fire here? Who put that there? Is that just lingeringly there for no reason?
My life for super.
Have a freaking supply pack so I can just stim all over the place if I so choose. Keep on this guy, I'm gonna shoot him in the back. He's gonna have no idea what's going on. Yeah! Oh my god, he turns around so fast. Yeah! We did it! Oh, team. Or something.
Requesting fortifications.
Requesting tac pack. Requesting air support. Calling in orbital
There we go.
strike.
Why did I do that, someone may ask? Well, because I wanted a deeper foxhole. And now I have a deeper
Mission at
foxhole.
10 minutes remaining.
So now I can peek and poke.
Thank you. Package acquired. Dropping a pin. Southeast. On my position. Dropping package. We've got equipment.
Anyone need a backpack?
To the sky.
Dragon build, air gunner, and no, nobody needs a backpack. Well, there you go.
He's got equipment. Northwest.
Protect us.
Love this. This is exciting and engaging gameplay of us just watching these civilians walk from point A to point B.
Protect us. Calling in an eagle.
Attack underway.
Sending in an eagle. For prosperity.
Marking location. Never mind.
Mag's empty.
All right.
Checking map. Northwest. Far. Affirmative.
This squad seems like very capable.
Another triumph for managed democracy.
In fact, they seem capable enough that if I... Oh, angles. If I bring FRV to the next stop with these guys, I think they'll actually hold up with
Last
it.
reload.
What the hell is happening over there? I can't mark them.
Proceed to
Tagging
extraction
location.
when ready.
North. Cancel that. Stop. North.
Yeah, now we can mark them.
To the skies. Calling down fortifications.
Tagging location. Northwest.
All right.
Calling in extraction.
Calling down a support weapon.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Calling supply. Requesting tac pack. Calling down support weapon.
Sending in an eagle. Last reload.
An eagle never misses.
ETA, T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Dropship. Requesting air support.
That'll do it. Woo! Is that an orbital napalm? It sure is. We're doing it. We're just doing it. Stay low. Swap up.
Support weapon.
ETA, T-minus 30 seconds.
Rare sample acquired.
ETA,
I can't even see what's in here. I'm just gunning in there.
Sending in an eagle. Tech pack inbound.
Just gonna keep putting shells down range.
Requesting air support. Out of ammo.
The fuck I am, I'll just make more.
Freedom forever. Last reload.
Come on, keep cranking, keep cranking.
Sending in an eagle. Requesting orbital strike.
Woo!
Calling you reinforcements.
Yeah.
Orbital inbound.
Oh my god, there's so many.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart.
Oh no!
In 20 seconds.
Oh. For my fallen.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Liberty has seen you through.
That's funny. That dude was a bro the entire time, though. Just spent the whole time being a bro. In pieces. Yeah, that about stacks up.
All these samples will help fund upgrades to the Super Destroyer.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpods primed. Engaging orbital thrusters. Orbit synchronized. Allied destroyer has left.
No! He realized there's a blitz and he was like, nah, I'm fucking out. Ain't no way. Star Killer Driller. Wait, hold on. What does that mean? I got questions about what this man's name implies. I got major questions about what this man's name implies. Star Killer Driller. Could have some fanfic implications there. Oh, I'm not rated up. Here I thought I was. I am the worst.
Initiated.
I'm gonna type something real quick.
If the automatons can
Hey, look!
feel regret,
Samples!
they shall feel it soon.
Sending down support weapon.
Oh, this is up. Oh. God, if only I could input codes.
Found something. Rare sample acquired.
Oh boy.
Dropship.
And they're not even dead. God, I fucking hate that enemy.
Calling in orbital strike.
Man, that was just a fucking waste. These guys immediately got called.
Calling in reinforcements.
And I can tear through, like, it's just such a morale destruction when the boss just do that to your, what you call them, you fucking mechs. It just fucks everything morale-wise, you know what I mean?
Allied destroyer has left the squadron.
No, my friend.
Reloading.
I'll drop the turret for you, though. Let's see if I can hit this shit.
Mission at 10 minutes remaining.
Well, that hit.
Calling down a support weapon.
I'm just gonna do what I do.
Box fabricator. North. 200 meters. I need a team reload.
What do you mean the resupply isn't available? Why the fuck not?
Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Found something.
Okay, that's fine.
Sub-objective in your vicinity.
Calling in a hell bomb. Hell bomb on. Clear the area.
Requesting orbital.
Calling in reinforcements.
Why does everything on this faction ragdoll you? And I barely move. Oh my god! Oh, I just microwaved myself because I got lightly, like, I don't know.
Requesting
Oh, that's funny.
down a support weapon.
Oh my god. Well, that's gone for 4 minutes. Luckily for me. You know, I'm so happy I didn't have a plan for that. To throw that where I needed to. You know what? That's my fault. I activated that way before I was anywhere near where I needed to be, right? What the hell? Ugh. Oh god. Oh my god. Bounce into that.
Reinforcing. An eagle never misses. Tagging map. Northeast, 100 meters.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Sending in an eagle.
Okay.
Spots. Northeast, 100 meters. Spots. North, 100 meters. Sending in an eagle.
Requesting air support.
Tagging location. Northeast. Objective located. Northeast. Objective located. East.
Sending in an eagle.
Now that's what I call liberty.
Oh, I hit something. Hit a moving target of some kind.
Requesting air support.
Delivering payload. Objective located.
Oh my god! Don't do that, bro!
Reloading.
Oh, no, 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 no. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Calling in reinforcements. Requesting advanced weaponry. Requesting orbital.
Calling down a walker.
I repeat, 5 minutes remaining. Enemy tactical asset within threat
Mag's empty.
range.
What the fuck is this guy? Why he made a different shit than everybody else? What the hell?
Freedom spreads yet further. Extract when ready.
Outpost destroyed.
Dropping a pin. Northeast, 200 meters. Tagging map. Northeast, 100 meters. Requesting walker.
Have a taste of democracy.
Enemy tactical asset within range. You may proceed to extraction when ready.
Calling in a helldive.
Orbital inbound.
Firing orbital laser.
Helldive armed. Clear the area.
Sending in an eagle. Requesting advanced weaponry! Team reload required!
Okay.
Get some! Get some!
I'm pretty sure I killed everything. Pretty sure it's all dead. Oh no, it is far from all dead. What the hell?
Requesting air support!
Unleashing democracy. Calling down the sentry. Calling down the support weapon.
It's okay, we'll do an absolute shit ton of damage.
Hellbomb armed. Clear the area.
Okay, I need to get this resupply direction so that we have what we need.
Calling down a support weapon. Reinforcing. Requesting tac pack.
Come!
Marking location. Northwest.
Deploying equipment package.
Affirmative.
Okay, this should be way more doable. I should be 100% allowed to juggle shit to where I need to go.
Requesting orbital! Calling in extraction!
Calling in reinforcements. We've got equipment.
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
Calling in reinforcements!
That's for Bluey. The dog?
Sending in an eagle! Get some! Get some!
Okay. I'm gonna get myself killed doing that shit.
Outpost destroyed. ETA minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
One life for Super Earth!
Mission map updated. Reinforcement budget depleted.
Max empty!
ETA T minus 1 minute.
Max empty!
ETA T minus 30 seconds.
Keep the shield up, brother.
ETA T minus 20 seconds.
Why did this dude use so many supplies?
T minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone. This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone.
Drop ship! Max
This is
empty!
Pelican 1. Preparing for touchdown. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff.
Come on, C3. No! No!
Launch countdown. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
That's unfortunate.
Victory was never in doubt.
I also stopped paying attention to the countdown. That's kind of dumb. I forgot. They automatically leave.
Allied destroyer has joined squadron.
Fighting for peace.
Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Woo! This guy.
A few more bots out of commission.
Well, I'm all alone now. Big sad. Big sad. Alright. I will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and place the stream on BRB mode. I apologize. Give me just a little bit of time. While I am gone, feel free to play some tic-tac-toe. audio right now. Right. Anyway, I can re-say what I was saying here. So, we have Ember, and it's at 3% right now. And what's going to end up happening is, at about 70%, the devs are going to step in, and they're going to reduce the enemy resistance to 2.5. And that's kind of a guess. Rough idea on that. So, at probably 80%, it'll drop to 2. At 90%, it'll drop to like 1.5. At 95, it'll finally drop to 1, and then, you know, from that point on, we'll have ended up capturing this. But we only have a day and 7 hours left. This was at 67.5 or whatever, 67.6, when I started earlier doing some background stuff about 3 hours ago, when we were at like a day, 10 hours. So we've only gained like 1.5% in that past 3 hours at a 3% resistance. And we have, of the total, 25,000, give or take. There are 8.8 thousand people here. Okay? So, we're expected to recap and hold Chlorel, but the devs are going to have to step in order for us to finish Ember. And they're going to have to step in for us to finish Ember. This is a, like, almost mandatory thing. And the reason being is because bots are broken, there's a ton of bugs at the game, the incineration core is a more infuriating version of the already infuriating automatons. Like, the past couple of days, you can see, I go from bugs, no crash outs, chillin', having a great time. Illuminate, chillin', no crash outs, having a great time. But every single friggin' time I get touched by anything shiny, red, or bright, I am sent flying. And, like, being set on fire and having that happen is not a fun version of gameplay, because what can you not do while you are ragdolled? You cannot dive. Why is that a problem? Diving is the only way to turn yourself off fire. Like, I don't have a better way to put it. You put the fire out by diving, so you stop taking damage. And so, obviously, the 8,800 people that are on Ember right now, out of the 25,000, which, quick math, that's a little over a third. It's probably like 38% or something like that, 37% of the player base are on the one planet that we really, really, really need to be on right now. And I can't understand why. 11,300 people are bug diving right now because the major order doesn't matter, right? Like, they've kind of been taught that the major order doesn't matter. And so to those of us players who, like, enjoy the major order side of gameplay and want to be doing that and want to be, like, progressing this sort of stuff, it's a really nasty bad feel. And part of the reason is there is 1,800 people on Cirrus right now, and when I got on, it was like 3,200. And on Aztera, there's 4,200, which when I got on, it was closer to like 6,800. Tarek is at 4,700 right now. There are almost as many people on Aztera as Tarek. And the reason is because there's a blinky light here that's confusing the crap out of the casual random player who's just jumping on, has no idea of the overarching metagame, no idea of the overarching, like, global system setup for this, doesn't know what's going on with the Galactic War, sees the blinky light and goes and does the blinky light. When I got on, and it was 6,800 people here, the blue line was half of what it is, and the orange line was missing about a third of what it has. It was like right in line with the 11. It was never winnable at that point. Yet people were still dropping there. And people are still dropping there now. Because there's 4,200 people on this planet. Cirrus is the same thing. It was in the exact same state. If you roll back 2 hours, you'll see nothing has changed on this planet except that the orange line has just gone further. Okay? So everyone here is doing nothing. They're playing on an environment that maybe they enjoy. Nothing on this planet is doing anything. They're maybe playing on an environment they enjoy. And this planet right here, which is the planet that would actually get something done, is one of the community's favorite landscapes. It's the moon type, which means it's cold, so laser weapons are automatically buffed for us. We love that. That's good. We get free buffs because we're getting environmental benefits. And it's got the meteor storm,
Choose any of the
which, like,
available
maybe
operations.
not everybody loves, but it's pretty cool. It adds a thing of chaos
On the road to
that you
liberty.
don't get in the regular cold planets like Fenrir. Like, Fenrir doesn't get the falling stuff. It's just a cold planet. And so, like, if anybody in as Terra or Sirius wanted to be doing something of value, they'd be in Terek right now. Because winning this planet right then, like 4 hours ago, if everybody had been here with a 1.5 resistance, they could have blitzed this planet, the number of players that are here. Easily blitzed it, because out of like 25,000 players, 11,300 are just in this sector right here, split between these 3 planets. And that's like almost 50% of the player base. And 50% of the player base somewhere on a average resistance is just going to tear through it. It's just going to rip it apart. And then this would not have failed. This would not have failed because the gambit of taking Terek first would have canceled these. Because once we take this planet, it cancels defenses that are actively going from it. And you can tell what's going from it because the little arrows that are shooting out. But none of this is explained anywhere. Like, at all. None of this is explained anywhere, and it would not be hard. All they would have to do is, like, next to the arrows, write the words, attacking. And like, put somewhere next to here, or on this planet, to stop this attack, take Terek. And then it would, like, direct people here. But this doesn't need to be blinky, flashy, like, making all this noise right here, because the actual target is this. But yet again, blinky light is going to confuse the casual players, and they're going to go here. So, like, something very much needs to be done about just the way that the game is giving feedback. Because these are huge, bright, very, very fast flashing lights, and the planet that actually most matters right now for the major order is this really slow, like, I guess it's happening sort of blinky light, right? So, like, I don't know if something needs to happen with this thing, where the DSS is just kind of better implemented to kind of lead your average player into getting things done. But this being, like, barely noticeable is a huge issue when the planets that are not affecting the major order at all are getting all this attention. And so much attention, in fact, that, like, we are negatively missing out on the one planet that should actually get things done. It's kind of fucked. It really needs to be addressed really, really badly. Because these major orders are just going to keep getting failed. Because people aren't realistically paying attention to this. Like, the previous major order with the Illuminate to finish the missions on, like, medium and above. Like, I can't remember who it was, but somebody told me that they thought it read medium armor. And so they're like, I don't want to play in medium armor, so I don't care. And I was like, no, it's medium difficulty. And if that person, who, like, I believe I play with often, I can't remember who it was, can misread that and make that mistake, and that person plays this game with me often enough, like, the casual random dude who just got on after work is absolutely not going to pay any attention, read that, and be like, yeah, but I like light armor, and then go back and just, like, try to slog through 2s or something, because they're just not that good at the game. When all they would have to do is turn it up just a little bit, or, like, a jump in, or... I don't know. Something needs to be done about the way the Galactic War rolls out, because, like, just looking at this map right now, there's so much going on. There's just so much going on. There's all this empty space where it's like, obviously this is where the Illuminate are supposed to be, or whatever. But look at all of these sectors. You have to look through each of these little sectors to figure things out. There's these planets are here. For some reason, these planets are acceptable. Because of Akamar, and, like, it just, all this does, because here's another thing a lot of people don't even realize. Like Astanu. It's available because we have Crimsica. There's 395 people on Astanu. There's 60 people on Gakrux. There's 131 people on Pandion 24 or whatever. Like, Garharin has 51 people on it. Furcad Secundus has 54. Grand Errant has 109. These people are just here. And, like, they're doing nothing. Ackard
will soon exult in the glory
Darius,
of managed democracy.
All this with Grand Errant and everything like that. There are probably still people on Veld. Why are there people on Veld? This is just, there's a resistance level here that's just unnecessary. And then, like, if I go into the bot section, I guarantee I'm going to find random people in random places, like in the Dragon sector. Like, Chopassa. Why? Why are we here? Ymir. Vega Bay. Because we have Wezin. There's 60 people on Vega Bay. Ballistica, 90 people. Klasa, Zephia. Vlog Sojoth, I guess doesn't have anybody, but that's whatever. But in, like, Hydra, we're on Vernon Wells. Why are people on Vernon Wells? That's a 3% resistance. They don't even understand what that means. 3% resistance. There's 208 people here that are on Vernon Wells.
Choose any
and I'm going to be 100%, like...
Each one you complete is a paving stone.
Where is it? Where is it?
Liberty.
Where's the other planet? If you wanted to do that, what was it? They might not have one. I might have been barking up the wrong tree on this. But that's a Tremors planet where you're against the incineration core. And it's like, why? Why are these people all on these planets? They're doing nothing. Like, no one's slandering light armor, okay? No one is slandering light armor. I'm just saying there are people who are like, I don't want to fucking run medium, I want to run light armor. Like, what I said was there was a misread where somebody read that you had to complete missions on medium difficulty, and it was 625,000 Illuminate missions completed on medium or operations completed on medium difficulty or higher, and they were like,
this galaxy,
I don't like medium armor, I want to wear light armor, and then they went back to, like, they could immediately just go back to playing, like, trivials or 2s or something, and just farming super credits. And it's like, you can kind of do that on 3s, just do that on 3s. Like, just grab an FRV, grab a couple of buddies, and just go fast move across everything. Like, that same day that I heard that, I was running FRV through level 3 missions, which are or operations, which are 2 missions, so you can bang them out. And I think I did 10 of them in one night in like 4 hours. I did 10 of them. 10 out of 625,000. Now, that's not a lot, but, like, if I do that for 5 days, that's 50 missions. You know, if we have, like, 30,000 people doing 50, that's way beyond what we need. You know what I mean? It's like, Why? And then there are people that are just running other missions, and it doesn't count for more just because you're doing it on a higher difficulty. This map is just unreadable sometimes. And there's propaganda commanders out there, like these content creators who have, you know, 50, 60,000 subscribers and all these other things, and like when they stream, they pick up, you know, 1,000 people, you know, 800 to 1,000 people. And, you know, most of their player base doesn't even understand how this works, and it's insane. It's, like, actually insane. Like, I don't know. I will probably release a video, like, explaining how the map works. If I can do something like that and get it out in, like, an 8-minute video explaining how everything works, then, you know, maybe the casual player will understand. But even then, they probably won't, because, you know, the algorithm has to recommend it to people, and if, like, random dude never looks up Helldivers shit, he's just like, I love Hello Kitty Adventure Island. You know, because who doesn't love Hello Kitty Adventure Island? Like, he's never going to see it. But I need that man's to see it, so that we can win the major orders and get these 200 motherfuckers off Marfark, who have a 2% resistance. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand. It makes no sense. And then, like, yeah, see, we've gained 0.1% in... What is it? Hold on.
The Galactic War.
Because it'll reset.
A battleground awaiting your heroic intervention.
Yeah, about 30 minutes. Great game. 10 out of 10. Yes. Hello Kitty Adventure Island. Unsung hero to the gaming masses. But they're supposedly cooking a huge update. There's going to be an announcement on the 8th regarding the new war bond, which, like, is 4 days from now. And then we probably won't get a patch until the 12th, which is going to be that Tuesday after next week. No, that won't even be it. No, it'll be the 13th. The patch will come. So, like, between Monday and Tuesday at, like, 4 a.m. on the 13th. And so, they really need to be cooking big, fantastic feasts if they're going to sit here and let things sit like this for so long. Because there's almost no communication from the devs as to what's going on. People are getting burned out, they're leaving, you know, and there's just stuff like that just doesn't get fixed. And, like, Ember is fucking hell right now. Like, I don't care what anybody says. This is not enjoyable content right now. I am doing this because it's the major order, right? Like, otherwise, why play this game? Like, I understand the gameplay loop is fun, but the game is actually, you know, win the major orders. It's fight the Galactic War. That is the actual game that we're playing here. And so, from a developer perspective, like, if I could put myself in their shoes, I can understand the frustration of seeing stuff fall apart and people complaining about it, and then seeing a bunch of people that are enjoying the base gameplay. And, like, the base gameplay where you're actually dropping is really, really fun. Like, I don't have a ton of problems with the base gameplay. I think the game is actually pretty well balanced right now. But as far as the Galactic War effort goes, it's confusing as hell. No one knows what's going on. And people would rather bitch about the balance of, like, the main portion of things where they're dropping. But it doesn't matter anyway. Like, I don't... the overall game is just being lost. And so, I don't know. It's just kind of ridiculous. I really hope Arrowhead is paying attention to stuff like this, where... Oh, look at this! Oh my god, this makes it even worse. Personal order, extract from a successful mission against Terminids 3 times. It's right here. It's right here, behind the chat. Why? Why is that on right now? Like, someone, it should be someone's job in the live pod, or I think they call it their Ministry of Defense, to keep an eye on what's happening with the Galactic War. Somebody should be like an understudy for Joel, or Joel should be doing stuff like this, and then these personal orders should never be something like this. It should never be something like this right now. We have to hold a bot planet, and the fucking personal order, which everybody wants to do because it's 15 fucking war bond medals, which not everybody in this game is at my level. They don't have everything unlocked in the game. They're going to go play Terminids, and that's why there's 11,200 people on the Terminid front right now, on top of it just being bug diver hell over there. I don't know. Arrowhead needs to do something about it. And, yeah. That'd be absolutely excellent. I'm gonna jump topics, because there's definitely something else I need to quick discuss. Because I keep seeing these balance takes that are, like, actually insane right now. Where people are hoping that Arrowhead is gonna do certain things with balance. Like, first and foremost, there's a bunch of people who are like, this crossbow here is unbelievably OP. Like the takes right now is either everything is broken and shit, or everything is OP. Or some things are just absolutely OP and there's no middle ground and everything else is just shit. And that's just not true. It's just not true. The balance of the game is actually fairly decent right now. There's just some stuff that is so far behind the curve that it's throwing a lot of wrenches into the gears. And then there's some things that are actually, like, positively ridiculous, like this crossbow. It is a little ridiculous, but it is not the end-all be-all of all things. And these takes gotta stop. Like, how are they even gonna remotely get close to hearing what we want if what we keep telling them is, you know, everything is broken, everything is great? Like, what are they supposed to do? Like, maybe they can follow the data, but if you're balancing a game based on data, you're not paying attention to the feeling from the player base. And then you run into problems like they did when they first started balancing, because everything was balanced based on use case. They were like, must be too strong. Everyone's using it. And then we ended up with shit like the Breaker getting a damn ammo nerf and, like, some ergonomics changes. And they're like, yeah, we didn't want to take any damage from it. It was like, good, you shouldn't. You should not do that. It's the only thing doing damage right now. And then they just kind of nerfed it into oblivion. And that was one of the only viable things we had in the game. This thing, a lot of people are constantly talking about. This is real straightforward. Like, there's a bug with it right now where when it explodes, the pellets do not appear for, like, a full meter. Yeah, that's how you get buffing Plas Punisher. Like, this thing at the start of the game did not need help. It was doing fine. It did not need help. At the start of the game, this thing was insane. This thing was absolutely cracked. So, like, now, because, like, everyone was like, this thing is bad. I don't know how to use it. It's bad. They buffed the fuck out of it. And, I mean, it's not where it was at the time. Because when they buffed the fuck out of it, nothing else was, like at the level that it is right now. Like, I actually argue this is like a mid-C, like, low B tier weapon right now. Because I think personally, I think it needs another, like, 60 damage? Probably? Like, probably another 60 damage? And, that's because it's taking 4 shots to kill things. And it really shouldn't be taking 4 shots to kill things. I think it either needs 60 damage or the explosion needs to be taking a bigger lion's share of the damage, because I think it's doing something like 150 direct hit damage and then another 100 explosion damage in the radius. And I would like to see those numbers tweaked and reversed. I'd rather the direct impact to do a bit less and the explosion be the focal point of this weapon, because then it's actually competing with this little fucking monster over here that's dealing just absolutely fuck tons of damage. Because I think this one is dealing like 420 direct damage and then another 200 damage in the explosive. That's why the explosion doesn't necessarily kill everything perfectly at all times. But, man, when this thing hits a target, it hits a target, right? But, like, my biggest gripe isn't even with weapons right now, right? Like, it's just a good example. But all of these just feel bad. The only one that feels truly good is the Reprimand, and the reason it feels good is because it does 125 medium armor penetrating damage. Like, let's talk about other things that are medium penetrating and don't deal damage like that. This is the fucking Adjudicator. This is an assault rifle, okay? Comparatively, this is a submachine gun. It's firing large caliber rounds, which means it's firing, like, probably rifle style rounds. But if you look, these are like, this is a UMP-45. Okay, this is a UMP-45 in any other game. All right, any Call of Duty, any Battlefield, any first-person shooter, any looter shooter, extraction shooter, anything like this. This is a UMP-45. You know, it's even kind of looking like a UMP-45 would. So this thing over here, the Adjudicator, is like an AK-47. So it should be using 7.62s or 5.56s, something like that. Okay? And it's probably 7.62s, because this thing is supposed to be, like, bigger damage than this. And, why is it doing less damage than a submachine gun? Why? Well, who decided this? The fire rate on this is 550. The fire rate on this is 490. Like, even if you're trying to balance it with fire rate, you should be fixing that with ergonomics, recoil, capacity, things like that. And so, like, it's just really, really thrown off. And so you get a lot of people who are talking about, like, okay, well, the Liberator is a bad weapon. Okay, the Liberator is not a bad weapon. It's just asking you to be super accurate, and it's only light armor penetrating. And a lot of things in this game are just not conducive to light armor penetrating weapons. Like, you can kind of make them work a little bit. And anybody who says that this is, like, really good is lying. They're wrong. This is not a really good weapon. It's a totally serviceable workhorse weapon that, like, gets you to the point where you have this, which is what you, like, should be using in general. And so, if you want to use an assault rifle, you should be using this, because that's, like, base acceptable, until you get to the point where you have access to the Scorcher. And I'm just going off the original mobilized warbond, because the Scorcher is what you should be using if you don't have any of the other warbonds. If you get all the way through the main warbond, this should be your primary weapon basically everywhere you go. Maybe you can functionally split into this a little bit. Maybe you can functionally split into, like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Like, it really is. But it does 80 damage, is, like, probably the same caliber as the Liberator, but this is supposed to be using armor-piercing rounds. So my big question to Arrowhead is, why does this make sense? Why did we have to make a different weapon for armor penetrating when, like, it's just using a different ammo type? Like, granted, if you know anything about guns, you'll understand that this is a longer barrel, which means higher muzzle velocity, which means generally more accuracy as well, because it's got more time to put spin on the bullet. So it's spending more time being propelled, and it's putting more spin on it. This is maybe getting too literal, but this is how Arrowhead likes to balance their game, is off of gun nut realism, because they were all in the military. So, like, you could make the argument there that maybe that's part of what makes this different. But then the crazy thing is, damage is only at 60 on this, even though I just got done saying that it has more muzzle velocity, which is kinetic energy, because it's traveling faster, so it's going to hit harder, period. That's just how physics works. A 3-year-old understands that shit. If they throw a baseball and it smacks a window and they wanted to break the window, they're like, okay, well, let me throw the baseball faster. And, you know, maybe they can get another 5-10 miles an hour on it and it'll go through the window. But that's like, why is this doing less damage? What is the sense of this? It has the same capacity, it's slightly more recoil, but it's doing less damage for some reason, and is medium armor penetrating. This is why I keep saying every single weapon that is a bullet should be medium armor penetrating, as long as it's a rifle size round, right? And they should be basing it on, like, on that. If it's a rifle, it should be medium armor penetrating. This one, I give a pass to, okay? Because these bullets, like, they're concussive rounds. They don't need to be medium armor penetrating. They should be light armor penetrating, because what they're doing is they're probably squash head projectiles that are slapping a target, and they've got some sort of, like, small amount of, like, detonating charge in the tip of them, which I should probably not admit this online. I've made things similar to this with a 22. You just take a cap gun, like the little cap ring, and you put them on the tips of 22 bullets after you hollow them out, and when they hit, they do a little pop. And it's fun. It's fun for target shooting. It's like, it's not doing anything. You know, they're not more lethal because of it. But, you know, it's distracting as hell to everybody else at the shooting range when what they hear is crack, 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 crack. It makes sense, but it's not going to do any more penetrating power because it's just blowing the bullet up. And, like, maybe this one, if they're using, like, a downscaled version of the ammo. But even then, not really. It shouldn't be light armor penetrating. But this makes sense, because these bullets are really, really tiny. These bullets are, like, 9mm, so they shouldn't be armor piercing. These are the same thing. They're 9mm with pop caps in the tip of them. These are .45 ACP. I can understand these being medium armor penetrating. That makes perfect sense to me. I don't have a problem with that. The Knight, also light armor penetrating. Not really a big issue with that. It makes sense. This thing should be removed from the game. It's got some problems. But these being medium armor, or this being light armor penetrating, also makes no sense. High caliber marksman rifle trades magazine capacity and rate of fire for powerful, accurate shots, but it can't get through light armor. It can't get through light armor. For some goofy reason, the Diligence counter sniper, which basically did the exact same thing the Liberator Penetrator does, it's got a longer barrel, it's got a bigger scope, it's got a smaller magazine, which for some reason that makes it stronger, I guess. Whatever. Is now medium armor penetrating. Why? Why is this the way that we're balancing the game? Like, it... And here's the thing. This one, like, this is the Liberator of the marksman weapons. This is the Liberator Penetrator of the marksman weapons. Do we notice anything here? Do we notice anything? The damage on this is 165. It's got more ammo. It's got lower recoil. It's got same fire rate. Look at the difference. Why? What is happening here? Who's in charge of this? Like, it's kind of stupid. It makes no sense. It's inconsistent. It's a problem. Like, for another one, like, okay, so this is the SG 451 cookout. This is like one of my co-players. This is UwUItsAthena's favorite weapon in the entire game, as far as like primaries go. It's light armor pen, which makes sense because it's like it's not truly buckshot like it is, but it isn't. And I could understand the argument of buckshot at close range should probably be medium armor pen, but like, I've fired shotguns before with buckshot. I'm not expecting it to go through a 1/4 inch of steel. You know, I'm not expecting it to go through a 1/4 inch of steel, which is what I would consider light armor in this game. But it's doing 320, has 16 rounds, 100 recoil, 80 fire rate. This is the Punisher. Like, why are these things even remotely this different? Like, this makes sense. Why does this make sense, but this just doesn't? Like, it's crazy to me. It's crazy. And it's not the only set of things in the game that do that. Eats and Recoilless are also similar. The EAT-17 call-in stratagem I'll just go show you. I'll just go show you what I'm talking about with that, real quick. I can pull up the damage stats for it, and I can show y'all what's going on here. So this is a single-use weapon, especially specialized for damaging vehicle armor discarded after every use. Okay. Look at the size of this thing. All right. Look at how big it is compared to the Helldiver. If you look when he's holding it over his shoulder, compared to his head, the launch tube for the rocket, and then like the corresponding rocket that's coming out of it, is probably the full width, thickness of this man's arm. Okay. This is like an above average sized human, these Helldivers. This is the recoilless. Okay, if you look at the opening, it's basically the same size, right? Maybe a little bit smaller. Maybe a little bit smaller, right? And since it's a little bit smaller coming out of the back end like that, why, pray tell, is this thing doing more damage than the EAT? Why? It makes no sense. I can go look it up right now. Hold on. Helldivers wiki. Here we go. I'm gonna drag it over so y'all can see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna drag it right over so we can see what I'm talking about here. Hold on. Ah, that's not what I need. Give me just a second. I'm working something real quick. There we go. There we go. Almost done. So sorry. So sorry. This is the downside to this being live, and I'm not completely prepared for it. Oh my good God. There we go. Okay. So, this is the Helldivers 2 wiki. If I go into stratagems here, I can find the support weapons for it. So, okay. So, expendable anti-tank right here. Alright. This is all the information on the expendable anti-tank, and I'll just widen it up so we can all see the same thing that I'm seeing, so nothing gets lost in translation for the stream. I'll zoom all the way in. Alright. So, this is dealing 2,000 projectile damage and 150 explosive damage at tier 6, okay? You get 2 shots of this if you have the upgrade for it. 1 shot of it normally, I believe. Okay? I believe that's correct. I could be wrong. It might just always be 2. I feel like it was 1 at some point. Maybe they adjusted that. But yeah. Look at this. At an extreme angle, it's medium pen. So a lot of people don't even know this is a thing. But 2150 right here. Okay? So 2,150 damage. That's a thing. If I go into support weapons here, hold on, it's not gonna let me do it. There we go. I'll just come back down here. We'll find the recoilless rifle. All right. 2,150 on the EAT-17. Are you ready? Because the HEAT, which this is the armor-piercing version of this. Just have to pick up the second. Yeah. But the armor-piercing version of the fucking recoilless, which is a direct, like, Mark II, the EAT, is 3,200 damage on a direct hit and 150 on the explosion. And you have a backpack that lets you carry another 5 of these. And you can dump all of them by yourself in less time than the cooldown for an EAT. So, if you want to do like an apple-to-apple on that, you can get 4 EATs, right? In the same time, definitely more time than it would take to empty all of these down range. And these are dealing almost 3,500, 3,350 per hit on whatever you hit at anti-tank. Okay? At anti-tank 2. Which means it doesn't give a shit what kind of armor you have. Why? Why is this the way that this is? This is a smaller projectile, and it's definitely a smaller projectile. I mean, it just is a smaller projectile than the EAT-17, or it is the same projectile as the EAT-17. Why is it doing 50% more damage? Why? Why is it doing 50% more damage? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like, this is the issue with balancing in this game, is same to same should exist for certain things, and they should have different use cases, but they should be similarly effective along those lines. And there's some other things. Like, here, hold on. I'll show you. So, where is it? Orbital cannons. That should be in there, but it's not, so it's going to be in here. This is an orbital precision strike, okay? Orbital freaking precision strike. Where is it? This is dealing 3,500 damage. This is an orbital precision strike, okay? This is coming from the ship. This gun is the size of your character. Like, 3,500 damage. The only difference between, like, this and an EAT is that this is level 8 anti-tank, which means it ignores all armor, and it has 50 demolition force. Because demolition force 50 right here means it can destroy basically everything in the game. This has 30 demolition force, which means there's a couple of things it can't kill. It can't kill Bile Titan holes, and it can't kill defector towers, and it can't kill disruption towers. Because bile holes and disruption towers are 50 requirement, and defector towers are a 40 requirement. Why is this weapon so strong, and we haven't done anything about the others? Why? I don't understand. Why is this only doing 3,500 damage? When it's the size of your player character. Like, here's the other one. If I go back to stratagems, I'll show you. 380 HE barrage, because that's what the orbital precision strike is a single 380. Okay? It's not even a 120. It's a 380. Like I don't understand. The recoilless is way stronger than it has any reason to be. And for some reason that's just fine. It's whatever. Because it's fun. But then the other weapon that deserves to be just as strong is not even remotely close. Why? Why? Let's see. Here's another one. The so for direct comparison here. So this is the orbital rail cannon strike. Okay. So this thing is on a 180-second cooldown, basically. Okay. And it is doing, and I'm gonna grant you this. This is the like far and away the single strongest shot you can get in this entire game. It's in level 7. It's 50 demolition force, which means anything it touches, it's going through, and it's doing 7,500 damage. Okay? To put that in perspective, we're going to go ahead and see. I'm going to pull up the Bile Titan here. The Bile Titan has 6,000 HP. So if this hits a Bile Titan, it one-shots a Bile Titan with 1,500 damage to spare. Where is it? It's going to be all the way at the bottom here. This is fighting me. The Factory Strider has 10,000 HP. So you need 2 of these to kill a Factory Strider, which I don't really have a problem with. I'm kind of okay with that being the case. This thing is a massive, heavily armored entity. But, like, orbital precision can't even get close. And another thing that can't even get close is there's always a parity thing here. Yeah, recoilless has always been reckless. You tried to autocorrect, or you tried to correct autocorrect and it still hit. But recoilless hasn't even always been crazy. There was a time when the EAT-17 and the recoilless were the same. They were literally the same thing. And then they buffed recoilless and left EATs alone. And I still can't figure out why. I still don't understand why. And then they went and buffed recoilless again by being like, oh man, everybody wants to use the recoilless, but they don't have answers to large groups of chaff, so let's add this, you know, switch up function where they can change the way that the shell works. And it's like, okay, wait a minute. You have the airburst rocket launcher. Yeah, yeah, I can see it. I can see it. So you have the airburst rocket launcher, whose job is expressly to kill large groups of enemies. The airburst rocket launcher right here. And then you have the recoilless, or the expendable anti-tank, whose job is expressly to kill, like, tank enemies. Okay? The recoilless gets to be better than both and still do both. Why? Like, what? Look at this. This per pellet is doing 350 damage, and it's how many pellets? I can't see. 25. So, like, it could do a ton of damage, but you're never going to hit one target with all of the pellets, because also they're only medium penetration. So if the enemy is a armor tier 4, any damage that you're dealing to that tier 4 armor is being reduced by 60%. So this might as well just read like 175. Like, what the fuck? Arrowhead? Where is it? Stratagems. Let me roll down to what I was going to say, though. So, 7,500 damage on the damn rail cannon strike. Yeah, it does kill Held. Well, yes and no. I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. Technically it does. But even it got the swap up. But the swap up didn't make it better at what it was doing. But then there's this shit. Like, there's supposed to be parity between the orbitals and the eagles. And eagles are supposed to be, I need it now. I need it now. And I need multiple of them. And I'm willing to wait on a longer cooldown so that I can have layers of this to apply for, like continuous damage output. I don't think it's near punishing enough to bring eagles, by the way, as opposed to orbitals. But this is doing 600 damage. And, like, I don't understand. Because here's how this works. What it looks like when this thing comes in is 6 rockets. Or 3 rockets. I can never tell. I think it looks like 6. But it looks like 6 rockets that come down in pairs and they go doom, doom, doom. Basically right within about a 4-meter radius. Okay? It's one projectile. It's just one projectile with a 5-meter radius. And you'd never know that until you came to this wiki to see that. Why? Why is this thing a single projectile and not 6 goddamn commando rockets? This is doing 600 damage at AP7, which is anti-tank 3. Eagles are better than orbitals, always has been at launch. It wasn't uncommon to see 2 to 3 Eagles in a loadout. If there was barrages for Eagles, there would never have been a reason for orbitals. Yeah, no, I agree. But, like, I feel like they're in a pretty good state right now. Where you can make the argument that some of the barrages are, like, worth bringing over some of the Eagles. And it's not just necessarily the straight barrages. Like, OPS to 500 kg, I get it. I 100% get it. Why would you ever bring an orbital precision strike when you have 500 kg? It's 2 uses back to back on a 2-minute cooldown, and the orbital precision strike is 60 seconds. So, like, it's the same, except with the 500, you get to use them back to back if you need them, which means you can actually kill a factory strider with that if you're good enough. And with the orbital precision strike, you have to wait that full 60 seconds. Like, it makes sense. It's more versatile. But back to this thing. Why is it only 600 damage? This is a goddamn rocket. It's a 110 millimeter rocket. Like, do I have something in here to show you what this means? This is a standard can of Monster. Okay? This is the standard can of Monster energy drink soda. I'm 5'6", so this can probably doesn't look too small compared to me. But think about it. Next time you go to a grocery store, Kroger, Randall's, H-E-B if you're in Texas, Walmart if you're anywhere in the standard United States, there's probably 12.5 more in any quick stop that you have at a gas station. Standard can of Monster. This is probably about 45 to 50 millimeters. Okay? Maybe a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more. But I would probably say about 40, 45. What the fuck? 110 millimeters? That shell? Do I have another can of Monster? I don't feel like I do. That's close enough. This is an air duster can. It's basically the same size, you can see kind of comparatively. If I put these side by side, you kind of get to see what about 100 looks like. If I spread them apart like about this, this is the full size we're looking at. If I put this in something, it's basically a milk jug. Or one of those giant jugs of water that you get at the grocery store that's like 2 or 3 gallons. That's per rocket. It should be 6 of these things. It's a single projectile. It's doing 600 damage. This rocket is the size of my head in diameter. And probably the length of a majority of my torso. The fuck, Arrowhead? I don't understand. Then there's other stuff, like, here, hold on. Here's the ballistic shield. Okay? This thing has 600 HP. Yes, the ballistic shield breaks. It's level 3 armor, which means anything that's dealing, like, level 2 is doing 60% reduced damage to this thing. Anything that's dealing more is dealing exactly what it's dealing. 600 HP on this shield. That's fine. That's a functional thing to have. Roll back up here, go back to my stratagems, roll all the way back down, because this is going to be way down at the bottom, and I freaking guarantee it. Oh, not all the way down there at the bottom, though. I freaking guarantee it, though. This is the SH51 directional shield. Where's the stats? Show me the stats. I know it has it. Come on. Somebody had to put the HP total on here. Beep, 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 beep. This weapon is so bad the wiki didn't actually want to do, or this item is so bad the wiki didn't actually want to do the full information gathering to data mine it. Well, I'll tell you it's more. I'll tell you it's more than the base shield. would or the not the base shield, the orbital bubble, the bubble shield, the backpack one does. It's more than that, but it's not more than the ballistic shield, right? So if I go to the bubble, which is gonna be in my backpacks over here. There we go. Aha. So the shield capacity is 150. All right, the 150 compared to the 600. The directional shield is probably about 350, 400. Okay. Why is it so bad? Like, this is light armor. This is also light armor for the directional shield. But it's so bad, and here's why. It should be really, really good against like bots, especially the incineration core. It should be really, really good about like absorbing or deflecting explosives. But it sets you on fire by the incineration core when you get hit on the shield. It doesn't actually defend you from anything other than the kinetic damage. I don't understand. Like, they added this to the game, and it could have been really, really cool, but it doesn't defend against melees. Like it says it does. Yeah, see? The directional shield can only protect against projectiles, which makes it entirely useless against Terminids, effectively. So this should be really, really good against projectiles. And it's kind of just okay. Like, it's really just not that good. So, I don't know why you would ever use this, when you can instead just use the bubble shield. Like, and it's not gotten a buff, and it severely needs one. Like, why? What is going on? And there's just a ton of stuff like this. Like, the anti-material rifle. Here's a weapon that a lot of people say is really, really good. I completely disagree. I think it's not that good at all. The 400 fire rate means this is like, if you can just spam the shots and hit a target, it is the highest like single damage output that you can get in a very, very short period of time. But this is an anti-material rifle. So this is a heavy pin weapon that's dealing 450 standard damage. Okay? It's just ballistic damage, 450. It looks like there's an explosion when this thing hits. There isn't. There's no explosion at all. It's 450 ballistic damage at AP4. Okay? Let me show you something really shitty. Really, really shitty. 450. 450 damage that thing is dealing. This is the Eruptor. It is also heavy pen. Yeah, but it's not. But the Deadeye isn't heavy penetration. The Deadeye is not AP4. Okay, like if you're gonna use it as a primary, I guess. But it's not AP4. It's not killing Hulks. Like the Deadeye is not gonna kill a Hulk from the front in the eye. The Senator, which I'll show you after this, because I'm starting with the Eruptor. I'm going to get to the Senator, because the Senator is where this gets really fucked up. This is doing 230 on the projectile and another 225 on the explosion. The explosion is medium pen. Like, I already know that. I don't know where to show you that. Okay. Yeah. So the explosion is medium pen. So it's not doing that. But 2 shots from this is more than the support weapon anti-material rifle. Okay? Like, and this is supposed to be a primary weapon. But where, like I was about to say, this gets really kooky is if I go to secondaries and I go to the Senator, and this is doing 200 ballistic damage at heavy pin. And you get how many shots on this? 6 here, 40 spare rounds. All right. We'll go back to the anti-material rifle. Spare mag 6, capacity 7. And it says +1, but it's not really +1, it's 7. So, 42 rounds. This is barely better than just having a Senator. And this is supposed to be a support weapon. And it's only AP4. And it has, like, no explosive output. And it is a very, very annoying thing to use because of drag factor. Like, this thing should be dealing much more than 450 damage. Like, much more. This thing should be dealing probably closer to 750. Because even at AP4, that means that against the targets that you're using this for, so heavy armor, which, let me show you. Anti-air emplacement, Bile Titans, Charger Behemoth, Factory Strider, Head and Legs, Gunship Body, Hulks, Impalers, Mortar emplacements, the Reinforced Scout Strider, the regular Scout Strider, and the Spore Charger. These are all heavy. It's doing 60% less damage to these because it's matching the armor. It's doing 100% damage against Annihilator tanks, heat sinks, the Bile Spewer head and butt plates, cannon turrets, Devastator torsos, things like that. That's why it feels so good against these. But if I go to a Devastator, this thing is 750 HP. So I'm exactly on target with the 750 damage. If I fucking shoot a Devastator anywhere here in the chest area with an AMR that is pin 4, this thing should die. Why does it not? It's important that you're accurate? Not with a fucking anti-material rifle. If I hit it, it explodes. What are you talking about, Arrowhead? Because there's another enemy that thing should just one-shot, and it doesn't. This is an Alpha Commander. It has 1,000 HP. This thing has 1,000 HP, okay? And here we are. We're gonna look. It's got light armor on the head, so you're doing 100% damage to it. 1,000 HP, basically, though. So you headshot it. It will die, but if you shoot it in the main body, it's got 1,000 HP. Okay? Why is this thing having to 3-shot this thing? It's an AMR. It's an anti-material rifle. See what I mean here? All this surface area should get blown off by a weapon like that. It should be doing 750 to 800, maybe even 1,000 damage. I don't see a single reason why it isn't doing 1,000 damage. Because if you want to do a comparison to another weapon that's absolutely kooky cracked, because it's also AP5 or AP4. Hold on. Where is it? It's the... double-edged sickle. Right here. Gets to AP4 at 70 damage per shot at a 700 fire rate. Okay? You can do more damage with the double-edged sickle in about half a second, because basically it's 70 times like 4 little projectiles at 700 rounds per minute. So what was that, 5 times 7, 35, so 9 shots from this thing when it's fully charged is enough to match an AMR. Why? Weapon's bad. I don't care what anybody says. It's just like, it's just there. And people are screaming about how it's okay, and it's just not. This is the railgun, another weapon that, like, used to be insane, but now isn't. 600 damage. It's doing as much damage per shot as the stupid Eagle 110. Okay? But it's got level 5 anti-tank. And when you full charge it, it's supposed to be AP7. Yeah, okay, look. 1,500 ballistic damage. Okay? Let me see where it says. Because I know it's supposed to be higher. Charging the weapon in unsafe mode can increase the damage dealt by up to 150%. Oh, it used to go up to AP7. Hold please while I get this back up. There we go. Yeah. Anyway, I guess it doesn't do that anymore, which is whatever. So they've increased the damage on it instead. To 1,500 though. That's 1,500 ballistic damage. That's quite a bit of damage. Why are some of these, like, orbital and eagle call-ins doing less damage than this? Anyway, that's my rant for the night. I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna go into doing a, like, full video breaking down all of these different things and comparing them one to one and asking why they're not as good as the other item. Because there's no excuse for this also. The spear. I'll just let you know on a quick secret. This thing does 4,000 damage. And the recoilless does 3,200. So the spear does more damage, but it doesn't matter because they have the same level of anti-tank. And, like, they're pretty much the same, except the spear just does a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more damage. And that 800 damage seems like it might be a lot, but when you think about the fact that this is 4,000, that means that you need 3 of these to kill a factory strider, and that's if, because the way that damage works in this game, that's if they're all hitting the same, like, main health body part, which they're never going to. They're never going to, because that's just how this game works. It's just not enough. So, like, why am I having to use 3 out of 4 of my shots to kill a single enemy, and that enemy is dropping in groups of 3? Like, what's up with that, man? It doesn't make sense. The commando, each rocket, I believe, is doing 850 damage. That sounds right to me. Is that right, or are they doing 600? No. They're doing 600 damage for each shot from the commando. And the reason I know that that's the case, it's like at least 650. The reason I know that's the case is because they are about half the damage of an EATS per shot. No, they're 750. I'm so sorry, 750. They're doing just a little bit more damage, more than half damage per each shot. So you technically get a little bit more damage out of these if you can hit it with all 4 shots. But if I go down to... Well, actually, this is one I do need to show you. I do need to show this on here so that we can track it. HELLDIVERS wiki. Again. Bring me back up. Come on, Jamie. Pull the clip. Pull the clip, Jamie. Stratagems. We're going to roll down because this is one of the newer ones. Alright. Here we go. This is one of the most disgusting ones. Alright. Alright. Left shot. 4 capacity. Or 14 capacity, 90 fire rate. Alright. So this is the missiles. They're doing 1,250 damage. They are doing just a little bit more damage than an Eats at AP6. Okay? Why? Why are they only doing that? How does that make any sense? Right? Like, why? These rockets on this thing are the size of my arm. The rockets inside the pods on the they're not even doing as much as it needs. It needs is doing 2,000. I'm sorry, 2,100. Why? Why is this doing more? Nope, wrong sheet. Than these. Explain. Arrowhead, explain. Because an Eat rocket is the size of my arm, and the rockets on this thing are literally the size of my whole leg. Like, that's the difference. Like, 100% difference. Both of my arms together about makes up my leg. Maybe a little less. No, that's pretty accurate. My arms together makes up my leg. My arm doing 2,000 damage. My leg somehow dealing 1,250. Why? Why? It makes no sense. This thing should be stronger. And then for some reason on the where is it? The 8x60 millimeter full metal jacket. They're FMJ rounds. 8x60 millimeter. Okay? What is it? Fucking what is it? 7.62 by 50? I believe is an AK round? So you're telling me the adjudicator round, per shot, this is doing 90. We just showed it up here. Hold on. Go down. I'll just put this over here for now. The adjudicator. Oh my god, I gotta scroll. This thing, which I compared to an AK, by the way, is medium armor pen. And it's dealing 95 damage a shot. At medium armor pen. 95 damage a shot. At medium armor pen. Go back over here. Pull this back up. 90 damage. It's bigger. It's bigger. It's a medium armor pen. One of those two has to change. Either this needs to be like 110, or this has gotta go up. And honestly, it should go up. It should be heavy armor pen for that machine gun. It's a fucking minigun. If you go onto the Helldivers 2 Reddit or anything else, you'll see a lot of people who are like, "Hey, we need a minigun stratagem," and I want a minigun stratagem too. I think that would be super cool. But they're all like, "It needs to do heavy penetration." Okay, it needs to do heavy penetration. It's a minigun. All right, we'll give it 1,000 rounds. It'll be a heavy penetration minigun. It'll be really, really fun as a cool stratagem for people to enjoy if they want to walk around. This thing on the exosuit is doing less damage than an adjudicator at medium pen, is a chain gun, has 1,000 rounds, which is what a lot of people want. They just want to carry this thing around, but it's only medium pen, and it's only doing 90 damage. Why? And then the missile on this thing is doing 1,250, when and Eat is doing 2,200, or a I'll pull it up. A commando is doing, I was wrong, is doing 1,100. So 1,250 per shot. Why? Why are these things commando shots? This 14 commando shots is not better than 14 each shots, which is what that thing should be. Because if I'm just going to have 14 commando shots, why would I take an exosuit? If that's all I want, I'll just never take the exosuit because I only get 3 of them. I'll just take a rocket turret, and I'll take a Gatling sentry, which, here we go. Here comes another one, where it's the, why is this, but also not this? You're gonna love this one. Absolutely love this one. Look at this. 8x60 full millimeter or full metal jacket. Medium penetration, 90 damage. They're the exact same thing. But this is on a just over 2-minute cooldown. Like 130 once you get it fully upgraded. And I can have as many of these as I want. As many as I want. So if I want an exo, I'll just take a Gatling sentry. And I'll take a rocket sentry. Because the rocket sentry, by the way, is way better than that. Because they're doing 525 at double the fire rate, which basically means they're doing just fine. Which also, this is a 70mm rocket. The Eagle 110s do 600, really? Really? This is doing 525. Those are doing 600. There's almost 50% size difference in the warhead. No, I think not. This is doing a level 5 anti-tank. It's doing this much damage. So, 2 of these, give or take, is a commando shot. And definitely 2 of these, give or take, is about the shot that you're getting out of the exo. But you have to aim the exo one, which is a pain in the ass, because they still haven't fixed the way that you aim on those things perfectly. And this is just better. And there's more shots too. This thing has got where's the capacity? Where's the capacity? It's somewhere in here. Read faster, dummy. Oh man, it's not gonna be listed on here. I'm gonna look big goofy. Ah, 40 after the upgrade. This is 40 shots compared to 14. 32 at base. That's more than double. It's more than double. This thing is just a 128-second cooldown left arm of the exosuit. So you get the left arm of the exosuit, you get the right arm of the exosuit. Sure, you know, you don't get to control it, and it's 2 stratagems, but you get infinite of them, and they're up every 2 minutes and some change, as opposed to you only get 3 of them, and they're up every 10 minutes, 6.5 if you're under the DSS. Fix it, Arrowhead. Please. The game is so close to being good. It's like, it's so close. But there's just this inconsistent level of, like, no consideration from one team that's working on things to the next. This is a fucking travesty right here. This thing is dealing 200 damage per projectile, 600 on the explosion, so 800 damage per projectile, and it's saying it's anti-tank, but it's not, because the explosion is fucking medium, so it's doing 200 damage to anti-tank, which if something has anti-tank, it does not have health. Or it has so much health that you're never going to have to worry about it. Gotta do better, Arrowhead. Gotta do better. This thing is trash right here. 7 of these. 1,400 damage in this thing for a full stack. Really? It's insane. Anyway. That's enough ranting. I am probably going to call it at that. Because I'm going to end up turning this into a longer form video. But I just wanted to talk about that live. So if anybody ever sees this, they're getting this impression of it.
Let us rally to her defense.
See what the major order is before I hop off. Ember is at 69%, and we are another hour down. Yet another major order spoiled by Arrowhead and the blinky lights. Let's see. We lost Aztera. We are resisting on Cirrus. We can no longer take Tarek, which is where we should have been in the first fucking place. And Ember. It's just ridiculous. Ember has not fallen. But yeah, anybody who came out and viewed, this is the end of the stream, so I appreciate you. To my new supporters who I shouted out at the start of the stream, thank you so much. I appreciate anybody coming in. I'm so thankful for all of the support I'm getting now on social media and everything. People are jumping in and following. I appreciate that there are people interested in the content that I'm producing. I'm looking to produce more. I'm working on that with my editor. Things are tight IRL right now, so time has been a bit difficult. But we do have some more stuff in the pipeline on the way for everybody who's a viewer and everybody who comes and checks in and anybody who's a visitor. And for those visitors, if you like what you see, hit that like button. If you really like what you see and you like the content that I'm talking about, go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. I'm very close to my sub goal of 25. I'm at 23 right now. I'm just trying to get to that first marker, because things can only go up from there. And I'll probably do a nice additional giveaway at that 25. And we'll see where we go. I'll kind of see where I go from there. The next goal is going to be probably about 50, and we'll just keep moving on, keep trucking, dropping Helldivers. Looking for the next couple of games to come out. I'm looking for anything good in sci-fi right now. Arc Raiders, I would like to get into, but you know, it's not just something that anybody can play. Dead Zone Rogue was something I was looking at, but again, that's early access, so I'm waiting for them to get that fixed. Maybe do Space Marine, but I'm not real big on the 40k universe. I get it, but I'm just not that big on it. So maybe I'll give it a shot, and then stream that. But yeah. Until next time, I appreciate everybody who came out. Thank you so much. We're gonna go ahead and let that be the end of it there. And I'll see y'all all tomorrow.
We run every endeavor.